Fam. What's good? What's good? This your boy Thou, FamOverTV. I appreciate everybody tapping into the channel, showing love, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, stopping by, whatever you're doing. I appreciate it. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is always advised. Salute to everybody out there, man, on this good Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you at in the world. Salute to everybody. Hope everybody enjoying their Saturday, feeling real good. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. Got my shades on today. I ain't got nothing wrong with my eyes and nothing. I just got my shades on. Feeling cool. They are prescription, so I can see. You feel me? Got some good content to check out. Remember I was telling y'all we was going to check out the interview of the mother of the unalived trucker. And she spoke out about everything, and we was going to check that out. Then got a couple more videos we going to look at this morning. Salute to everybody out there, man. Just wait for a few more people to fall in. Make sure y'all like, make sure you subscribe. Oh, yeah, we 3 people. Let me see. We 3 subscribers away, y'all, from 28,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. 3 subscribers away. And I just want to thank everybody out there. I appreciate it. Salute to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's been a collective effort building the channel. I just want to thank everybody for the support and the help everyone been giving. 3 subscribers away from 28,000, y'all. We moving on up. We moving on up. Buddha, what up, fam? Just wait for a few more people to jump in, then we'll get it going. I know it's early. People probably out on this good Saturday morning, afternoon, whatever. Enjoying their days. What everybody got going on for today? And I'm streaming on Kick right now, too, I think. Let me check and make sure my Kick is going. I'm streaming on Kick. I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Yep. It's going. We on Kick. So if anybody on Kick, you can definitely follow me on Kick, too. It's my first time streaming on Kick, so I'm gonna see how that go. Try to build it up on there. Darla, what's going on? Let's get into this content, though. I see we got a few people in here, man. Salute to everybody. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Like I said, we 3 subscribers away from 28,000. I appreciate everybody supporting and helping out to get us up to that 28,000. Let me see. We might got it now. Okay, y'all listening. We 1 away. One subscriber away from 28,000, y'all. So 1 more subscriber and we didn't hit it. But let's go ahead and start the stream, man. Appreciate everybody. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Musk showed up to the Oval Office what appears to be a black eye, y'all. But how he said he got it, I'm like, ain't no fucking way. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It was kind of weird to me, bruh. He was doing some weird movements before one of the reporters ultimately asked, hey, what happened to your eye? This man really said his 5-year-old did that to his eye. You expect me to believe that a 5-year-old did that to your eye, fool? He said he told him, punch him in the eye. This all went down at the farewell event after Elon Musk ultimately said he was stepping down from Doge. But here's where it get weird, y'all. A New York Times reporter dropped the same week accusing Elon Musk of using heavy drugs. I'm talking about the Jones that get you higher than a kite. I'm talking ketamine, mushrooms, ecstasy. Sounds familiar, right? Diddy. Now get this. What if it's not even from a punch? What if it's from like a Neuralink or some shit? Messing with his brain. I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. But look at the video.
I wanted to ask quickly, Mr. Musk, is your eye okay? What happened to your eye? I noticed there was a bruise there.
Well, it wasn't. I wasn't anywhere near France. So,
First lady of France. I didn't know.
So, yeah, no, I just wasn't around with the Lex, and I said, go ahead, punch me in the face, and he did. Turns out even a 5-year-old punching you in the face actually does.
That was accident.
Now, y'all heard Donald Trump. He said, I didn't even notice it. Maybe that's because that man was trying to cover it up. Y'all heard how many times he started? He was like, that boy started malfunctioning.
But back when you hosted,
Man, he told Lil X to punch him in the eye, and Lil X punched him in the eye, and that's how he got that black eye. I don't believe that shit, man. If you don't get out of here with that, why would you tell Lil X to punch you in the eye? There's definitely something going on. DJ, what's going on? It's that what y'all say, the real worm, whatever. Remember everybody was getting those black eyes, all the celebrities and everything. I think that's exactly what's going on with that situation. Or he might have got super high. You seen the report came out, said he'd be using drugs. Like, I don't know, allegedly, but he do be tripping sometimes, looking like he malfunctioning and everything. He might have got super high and fell or something. I don't know. But he said Lil X punched him in the eye. I definitely don't believe that. I'm starting to think that Elon really is like, he's a hybrid. I think Elon is a fucking AI robot and a human mixed. He like one of the first ones or something. And he's just out here operating. But I don't know. Let's keep it going. Salute to everybody in the building.
The Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one that asked, Peter. Nobody's asked, but I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up. From what I read, I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. You know, it's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So it's not a popularity contest. So I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
Did y'all see what?
Hey, now I salute Trizzy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I like Trizzy. You know what I'm saying? I definitely salute him for pardoning Larry Hoover. You know what I'm saying? He pardoned NBA YoungBoy. He also pardoned that reality couple that did all that fraud for like 60-something million or something or whatever, you know. But I'll be mad at Trizzy if Diddy get convicted and he go pardon Diddy and shit, man. Nah, don't do that. Like, see, R. Kelly did some time and everything. R. Kelly might be a change, man. He did some bullshit too, but I'd rather him pardon R. Kelly or something before Diddy. Like Diddy motherfucking ass, man. I've been listening to that trial. Man, Diddy is a monster, y'all. He's a manipulator. He was blackmailing people. He was getting people off. He was making girls do shit outside of their will. They didn't want to do it. Like, Diddy is a real monster. So I ain't fucking with Diddy all the way like that. Baby Cakes, what up? Like, don't do that. We gonna be mad at you, Trizzy. You do that, man.
What happened in Switzerland? A whole freaking town just wiped off the map in a few minutes. I'll show you what happened in a second, but this right here is before and after. I mean, it really makes you think about just how quickly we could just erase everything in the world right now. And of course, I'm referencing all the stuff that's been hidden under layers of dirt around the entire earth. I mean, just watch how quickly everything can be wiped out. Like, this is real time. It's almost scary how fast it can happen, especially with all the earthquakes and all the crazy things happening on the earth right now. I remember I showed you this recently of this giant flood of mud coming, right? Again, wondering how things could be completely buried. And just because we've been without crazy, chaotic events here in the United States, of course, besides people's brains going insane, more on that later again, all over the world is just flooding, hail, just nonstop chaos everywhere. I mean, look how deep that water is. I don't know why though, this really just reminds me of Yellowstone. Like Yellowstone, all those urgent warnings we've been getting about Yellowstone, who knows?
So Diddy might have just found this get out of jail free card, y'all, but he has yet to activate it. So everybody know that Diddy and Trump used to be cool, and they probably still cool right now. Would it be crazy for people to think that if Diddy was convicted of this shit, Donald Trump would pardon him? Y'all, just go take a look at the list of people that Trump already pardoned. You gotta understand, when it comes to Trump, he don't give a fuck if you like him or don't like him. He gonna make the decision based on what he wanna do, not because of what everybody else feel. But if this was to happen, how would y'all feel? But look, this is what I'm talking about. Listen to what the reporter asked Donald Trump.
Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours. Back then, he has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble. Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it.
Yeah, they.
See, the thing is, come on.
First of all, I look at what's.
We just heard what he just said in the last video when he just said it, but look, Diddy is on a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying? Pardon those other people, Kodak Black and all these people, like for drugs and other stuff and everything, that's cool, but Diddy on a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying? You got to think about the people that lost their lives and that he's accused allegedly of, you know what I'm saying, being a part of that. You know, this ain't like no regular pardon right here. You know what I'm saying? So I hope he don't take that route. He was hitting that, like, they fell out a little bit. Diddy was saying some little nasty shit about it once you start running in politics and everything. So I don't know. We go see. Stewie boy, Angela the Dow, the boss lady in the building.
Interview, he talked about when he became a politician, they said Diddy was saying some crazy things about him. But he said he don't know if that's true. He read some stuff. And this just goes to show you, you never know who you might need, bruh. I feel like this will go down in history if Trump was to pardon the diddler.
Wait a minute, y'all. Did y'all see the video that's going viral of the lady at the Denver airport who was reading a letter at the airport and she was surrounded by security, right? So the lady goes into details and she said that she was taken by some masked men, right? Her and her kids, and she was told that she had to read that letter to warn the American people of something that's about to take place here. Now, mind you, y'all remember the little incident that been taking place with the airplanes falling out the sky, a lot of stuff that been going on, right? And y'all.
So that lady was at the Denver airport. I always was wondering, like, what airport was she at? I didn't really know, but I guess she was at the Denver airport when she was reading that letter out, talking about the United States is under, in trouble and warning us and everything. So
I remember when 911 came, it was warnings before destruction. Mind you, it was warnings that we had received, we had got, but we didn't pay the warnings no attention whatsoever, right? But this lady is detailing things in a letter. Why we ain't scared about this letter? Because first of all, I'm not saying that she have anything to do with it, but those people put themselves in situations and try to take care of their family for the rest of their lives when they have to do something for their family. I'm not saying that she is crazy or anything like that, but we need to be paying attention. This lady was giving full details of how we is under attack and how it's about to be worse than 9/11. Worse than 9/11. Now, mind you, the people were saying something about, I think, uh,
Worse.
I think the power had went out. They had a blackout or something in Denver right after that incident. Then it was saying something about some situation that took place where the flights was unable to be detectable in the sky. They didn't know where the pilots were and stuff like that. Y'all, it's always warnings before destructions. But could this lady be sending a real warning? And mind you, she wanted to be recorded because, mind you, TikTok is a platform where anything you say, if it go viral, it's going to be going across a lot of people FYP.
Right.
Now, when they do things, they wanted to be seen, but y'all let me know in the comments if y'all seen that video, because this is serious. And they calling her the Denver lady, the Denver lady airport or something, the Denver lady at the airport or something like that. But y'all let me know in the comments. And TikTok, this is for entertainment purpose only. I'm only on here to spread awareness to my friends for educational purposes only. Y'all let me know in the comments. The Denver airport lady.
Yeah, I don't know about that shit. Just maybe she is warning us, and we ain't nobody even gonna take her serious or nothing. And when we probably should be taking her serious. Like I'm just so I'm curious. Like who she says she got kidnapped and everything. Who gave you the letter to read? Like she didn't really say too much. She was reading the letter and everything. Like she was asking for the FBI and CIA to help her though, like kind of help her or whatever. So I don't know, man. I don't know. We go see. You know what I'm saying? We go see. Hopefully they taking her serious. Maybe they looking into it or something. And I just hope don't nothing bad happen. But salute to Angela Dow. Appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much, boss lady.
Gravedigger, Part 3. I'm finally free to say a little bit more because charges have been filed. I knew that day that the casket was empty, and I want to clarify something. I was not digging up a casket. That was a fresh burial. The person had been dead for 2 days. That's it. No longer. So no, the body didn't decay. Nothing like that happened. We was putting the casket on, and it's got to set straight. Like, you got to put it on there, and, you know, to lower it in the hole, of course, you know, it's got to be on top of there. Well, it had come up, and it had popped up in the corner a little bit. So I went over there, and the director told me, he's like, hey, we got to get this back on here, you know, we got to get it straight. So I'm like, cool, you know, we do it all the time, but usually it's pretty hard. Sometimes it takes a couple of us, but usually more, you know, depending on how big the person is, how heavy everything is. So we went over there and we went to put it on, and when we did, my side popped up all the way, like pretty much to the point to where I knew it was empty. I questioned him, and he told me, you know, to not ask questions that I wasn't ready for the answer for. Then, after talking to one of my fellow gravediggers, Scott, he told me the truth. He said, man, he said, I'm going to tell you something, and he said, this don't go no further than me and you. He's like, they're not burying a lot of people because the meat has other destinations. Now, that night I got a call after I made the video, and I was told to take the video down because it was causing disruption. You know, people had been talking to my boss, and his daughter had actually seen it on TikTok also. Therefore, I didn't take the video down. So my fate was sealed. I was terminated, which I had no problem with. A couple days after that, me and a person talked on here, and he said, you know, I think that you should take this time to kind of expose the funeral industry because you already have in a way. So now that's kind of my goal. That's where I'm at. This wasn't the first time that happened. there's also some shady stuff going on to where I noticed that they was telling us not to bury nobody while there was any type of family there. They're like, don't let them see you bury anybody. We don't want people spectating.
What?
You know, and that could be for all kind of purposes, but that's what was happening. Also, like in the funeral homes, I was noticing like that the people that own them like had a lot of money. Like, and I mean, you
Right.
know, I know they make a lot of money, but like it was unreal. Like they had new Corvettes, and one
Right.
of the funeral homes, they don't even hardly bury very many people. It's in a small
Man, speaking on that, like back home in Flint, Michigan, we got a funeral home called Moon's Funeral Home. Like it's famous. Like I guess everybody in Flint, Michigan, go get buried at Moon's funeral home. And Moon was known around the city. Moon had multiple women. He had all type of cars, Bentleys, Rolls Royces. They talking about big houses, had all type of money, like so much money. He's like one of the richest dudes in Flint, Michigan. And now I'm thinking about this. I'm like, damn, all the funerals I've been to, like they hold the service and everything. Everybody be out there, be looking at, you know, the casket and everything. And then they'll do their little service and they lower it into the ground. But then, you know what I'm saying, they'll dismiss everybody after you say your goodbyes and, you know, do your thing with the balloons or the road, your flowers and stuff, and you get out of there and everybody leave. We never, yeah, since he just said it, never seen like a casket actually get buried, like with them putting the dirt over it. You know what I'm saying? They always dismiss the people before they do that. And that's nonsense. Listening to him, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, like it is kind of opening up my eyes. Museum, what's going on, Pilgrim?
town. They have like maybe 2 or 3 funerals a week. And like their son is like 17 and he has a 2025 Corvette. They have like a huge house. They own like a vacation home in Florida. And like things just wasn't adding up. So I started getting suspicious. So instead of just quitting the job in the first place, like I was going to do when I first started it, I started to kind of infiltrate them. And I started paying attention to what they was doing. And this wasn't the first time that I'd handled an empty casket. And I also heard so much things that I'm going to tell you in the future on lives, but I can't tell you in videos. But I'm letting you know that they're not doing right with the bodies.
Crazy.
They're not burying a lot of them. There's a lot of organ trafficking. They're targeting immigrants, inmates, people with no families.
That's
And they're literally
crazy work.
selling them. And it's not just one funeral home. It's thousands. And the more I look into this, the worse it gets. I pray you're still with me. We got a long road ahead of us, but I wanted to make a part 3 and kind of let you know where I was at and clarify some things. I hope you listen. God bless you all, and thank you for supporting me through this journey.
Man, that's crazy work right there, y'all. Got me thinking, like, damn, it do make a lot of sense. Like, the motherfucking funeral home owners, they be having a lot of money. We never see a body or casket really actually get buried. You know what I'm saying? They dismiss all the family, everybody. You be gone. You know, I don't even think they be like, they don't even let you stick around, or they probably wait till everybody gone and then they start allegedly burying it and putting dirt over it. But I never actually seen it with my own eyes. That's crazy. Since he's saying all this, I'm glad he exposing this industry and everything, because like everybody say, like we never see a new funeral home being built. All these people dying every day and everything. I know some getting cremated and everything, but it just don't make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of old people that said they never seen any new funeral homes being built or nothing. So that's kind of weird. You feel me? We gonna keep it going. We gonna keep it going. Salute to everybody in the building. I gotta go downstairs to give me another cup. I done cracked my cup. My ice done cracked my cup. Got a little leak in it. It's leaking over here. Let me start this other video up. Then we go get into the mother talking about her son that was unalived in North Carolina, the trucker. You know what I'm saying? That they saying unalived itself, allegedly, or whatever you want to say. But we're going to check that out in 1 second, y'all.
An American beer. You're going to be shocked when I tell you which beers are the worst. So a recent study published in the journal Environmental Science and Technology has found that 95% of 23 tested beers across the U.S. contain PFAS, or forever chemicals. And depending on where in the country it's brewed, the amount of forever chemicals can be worse. Now, these synthetic compounds, which have been linked to cancer and other health issues, are believed to enter beer primarily through the contaminated tap water used in brewing. The study found a strong correlation between PFAS concentrations in municipal drinking water and levels in local brewery beer. This is a phenomenon that has not been recently researched. Now, while the study did not disclose specific beer brands, it did identify that beers brewed near the Cape Fear River Basin in North Carolina had the highest levels and most diverse mix of forever chemicals. Now, I looked where they made beer in Fear River Basin in North Carolina, and you're talking about Front Street Brewery, Waterline Brewery, Wilmington Brewery Company, Cape Fear Spirits and Beer, but the next one's even bigger. Now, beers from St. Louis County, Missouri also showed significant forever chemical presence. Guess what's there? Good old Anheuser-Busch. That's right, everybody, your Budweisers, your Michelob Ultra. Findings suggest that standard water filtration systems used in breweries may not effectively remove forever chemicals, highlighting the need for improved water treatment strategies at both brewing facilities and municipal treatment plants. You gotta think a beer is composed of about 90% of water. Quality of water being used is crucial. Even the good old EPA reported that after testing just 1/3 of public water supplies in the U.S., it determined more than 70 million residents are being exposed to forever chemicals. It's in the water, people. Now it's in your beer. This is a breakthrough of a study. I think we as the public need to know what brands of beers have these forever chemicals. A little worrisome.
Everybody know Todd.
That's crazy work. They talking about even the beer compromised. That's crazy. Gen S, what's going on? Salute to everybody. Stay strong. You said Elon was not that tall. Yeah, that might be that might be something. I don't know what's going on with all these different people and everything, man. I don't know if it's clones or robots or something. I just seen Joe Biden just did a press conference or like a little thing when he was speaking. And I'm like, man, now y'all know recently, I mean, not too long ago, Joe Biden could barely speak and walk and talk and, you know, Sleepy Joe. Then he got diagnosed with the cancer and everything. And like a few days ago, he just did like a little press thing, media press type thing where he was speaking and like he was up there like ain't nothing wrong with him and everything. I'm like, man, that might not be Sleepy Joe, man. They might got another fill in or something. You feel me? Ty, what up? Oh no, I gotta drink out of my styrofoam cup because it keep my ice cold, man. That come from my lean drinking days. I'm still drinking out the styrofoam. I'm still drinking out the styrofoam, y'all. Fuck it. Everything go fucking kill us. I mean, I'm gonna break the rules somewhere. Shit. Like, damn. Can't eat meat. Can't eat no food. Don't drink out of this. Drink out of the man. Fuck all that. I'm just gonna live and enjoy this shit. I need my ice cold all the time.
Chris Lee got a pardon from Trump. And when he did his press conference, he exposed the jail system, y'all. He spoke on the inequalities of the black man who was in the same prison as him. He said he got to do things that he never seen black men in there do or have the chance to do. He said this shit is not fair. He seen it firsthand. He said these black men were denied access to certain things or certain programs. He said, and when it came to him, he wasn't. They allowed him to do it. He said, everybody know why, right? Because of his skin color. Y'all listen to what he said.
Because so many people are told no. And being in the prison system, anyone that says that it's a fair shake, it's not. Because I dealt with young African American males in the prison that I was in that were not treated the same. They were denied programming. They were denied access to certain programs. I was not denied that.
And you really got people out here talking about that's not true. Everybody in prison get treated the same. No, they don't. He just told you. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments.
The average person walks by 16.
I'm glad he exposing that. Like, we know the prison system is all effed up. And we know it's favoritism in it and all type of shit. So I'm glad.
Murderers. I have a bigger question. How much does the average person walk by a PDF or P3DO? And if you think that number is small, the child trafficking market quadruples the drug trade. You can see the effects of the drug trade by the users but you cannot see who the P3DOs are. In retrospect, they're among us in a large volume.
Those are bad people.
Yes, they are.
That's
Protect
crazy.
children.
I'ma teach myself, made my first meal on my own. I don't need your help. All black, special we gotta go back to the break. We're gonna go back to the break. I'm gonna clap all night. Yeah.
Diddy told him, don't clap again. Don't fucking clap again. And Nipsey told Diddy, I'm gonna fucking clap all night. I think Diddy was having little relations with Lauren London and everything. He was trying to little dog Nip, but Nip wasn't going for it and shit. Cause look at how you get to talking to Lauren and shit. Like, this low key was like, I don't like Diddy, you know. I don't like Diddy, y'all. That's some devious shit right there. Lauren, I crack you up. Knowing on the side, he probably was knocking her down with Cassie and everything, man. I can't stand that motherfucker. Action Jackson, what up?
Something is seriously up with the sun. The sun is coming up way too early, and it is setting way too late. Who else is noticing this? Just watch this video I took. Check this out.
It is 5:50 in the morning, all right? And look how bright it is outside.
It was bright earlier than this. I just videoed it.
I mean,
What?
The sun's coming out.
So I took that video on May 26th at 5:50 in the morning. Now it says the sun rose at 5:58 on the 26th in Cleveland. Nope. What's even more interesting is they're saying the sun set at 8:49. It was after 9. I don't know if this is because of daylight savings or because of the solar eclipse, but I 1,000% remember last year taking my kids to school this time of year and the sun wasn't even up till 7:30.
Hey, the sun be coming up so early now. Hey, he is not lying. That motherfucker be up early. And I know, you know, we had the time, the daylight savings and all that, but he right. It be like the sun be out like down there at 5:30, man, 5:20. Because I get up early. And as soon as I get up, it be like 5:30 or something in the morning, the sun is out. I'm like, what the fuck? Crazy work. DJ, you said not probably. He was knocking down her and Cassie. I was just saying allegedly because I seen he came out in court, but I don't know. But everybody been saying that. That's cold work.
Well, I looked at last year's numbers. May 26, 2024, 5:58. Nope, that sun did not come out last year in May till after 7. Something is wrong, people. So I'm looking at daylight savings, which we all know they're trying to get rid of because it's horrible. While intended to conserve energy, it has several drawbacks, including disrupting sleep patterns, potentially increasing health risks, and causing confusion in scheduling and software. I feel like we're off a complete hour and a half. Something is not right here, people. Please let me know your thoughts.
Man, that's crazy right there. Yeah, the sun have been tripping. Now let's get into this, y'all. Let's jump into this. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let's jump into this mother talking about what happened, y'all.
The detective saying that he walked out of his apartment and walked into the woods, 50 feet into the woods, and hung himself. I said, ain't no way. Why would he hang himself? And if he would have did it in his apartment, you know? And then I told him, I said, well, you know, black people don't hang themselves. What I say that for? He done got pissed because I said that. And he talking about, I said, black people don't hang themselves. Black people will shoot themselves or take some pills. Now, we don't hang ourselves.
All right, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High. Here we have yet another suspicious hanging of a black man in North Carolina. In this case, it was Mario Casier Jr., and that was his mother, whom I just spoke to. And she's giving me the details about what detectives are saying about his demise, but also the inconsistencies within the whole stories. Now, I'm going to play that whole call so you guys can get a firsthand understanding of how sinister this is. Now, I received her information from Tiara Gates, the mother of Javion McGee, and their stories are eerily similar. Mr. Casier is also from Chicago, and he was staying in Charlotte, but his family does not live in Charlotte. Now, this happened on April the 29th, 2025. And here it is, May the 25th, and there has been no news coverage, not even an article, not even a news clip, nothing. And it seems like the detectives in Charlotte are trying to cover this up, just like they did Javion McGee. So I want you to listen to this phone call that I had with the mother, and you're going to see once again how suspicious this death of a young black trucker with his own trucking business seems. Just listen.
Hello?
Hello, may I speak with Miss Moore?
This is she.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Moore?
I'm doing okay.
Okay, my name is Richard Taylor. I got your number from Miss Gates, Tiara.
Uh-huh.
And she had told me about your son, which I was the one who kind of exposed this case down there in North Carolina. And I hadn't heard anything about it. And so I was wondering, could you kind of give me some information so I can look into it?
Yes, you ain't hear nothing about it because they ain't put it on the news or nothing. They ain't even, when we got down there, we went to the police station. I guess I should have went to his apartment first, but we went to the police station and to go talk to Detective Moore. And when I got there, he was like, oh, I can't believe you got here that quick. I said, what do you mean? This is my son, my baby boy. Yeah, I'm coming quick. So we got down there, we in there talking, and all along we talking, he got a smirk look on his face, smiling and stuff. So I hit the table, I told him, if you don't quit with that smirk look on your face, because ain't nothing funny, this is serious. Somebody killed my son. And he said that, they saying this. I said, why would he kill himself?
And he was a truck driver too?
Yeah, Mario drove trucks, and he had his own little trucking business, too.
And how old was he?
He just turned 30, February the 25th.
Okay, that's the day before my birthday. What city did this happen in?
This happened in Charlotte, North Carolina.
On what day?
They said that it was 2 hours away from where her son got killed at. So
yeah, so what day did it happen on?
They said it happened April the 29th. And I ain't able to get no police reports, the autopsy or nothing, but it's funny because, you know, I told the detective, I said, because he told me that he took pictures and everything, but when I asked for him, all of a sudden he talking about the fire department took the pictures, so I'm asking him, so which one is it? Did you take the pictures or who took the pictures? And He kept saying he didn't ever know where Mario lived at. And then all of a sudden, I guess he went to his apartment, went inside his apartment, talking about his 4 phones, his computer, tablet, everything was wiped clean. He didn't leave no note or nothing. And we went to the crime scene. They didn't even have it taped off. The stuff was still there. The table that they claiming he stood on. But my son weighed 300-something pounds. I told him ain't no way he could have stood on that without either breaking it, or when he stood on it, it should have had footprints on it, and it should have went down into the ground, because it was soft out there, that dirt.
Did you take pictures of the table and the scene?
Yes, I got all of that. So we go back the next day, and the stuff is gone. So I called the detective. I said, so why didn't you get the stuff from the crime scene? But now it's gone. We went back out there to get it. It's gone. He didn't say.
Wow. Like this shit scream red flags all the way around. Like this needs some national coverage. Everybody needs to be speaking about this because it's getting weird out here with these truck drivers losing their lives, talking about they going in the woods and unaliving themselves. This shit didn't happen too many times. It ain't that many motherfucking black truck drivers going in the woods hanging themselves, man. This shit ain't right.
Say anything. But he done been all in Mario's apartment and stuff, and he was going to arrest us for going down there saying that I was trespassing and stuff.
So Mario lived in Charlotte?
Mario lived in Charlotte at, I got his address and stuff. My dog. Yeah, he lived in Charlotte, but what they saying, the detective saying that he walked out of his apartment and walked into the woods, 50 feet into the woods, and hung himself. I said, ain't no way. Why would he hang himself? And if he would have did it in his apartment, And then I told him
300 pounds. So y'all want us to believe he carried a table out there, rope, all this shit. 300 pounds. He had to stand on the table to tie the rope in the tree and do all that type of shit. And he 300 pounds. And like, man, this shit just don't make no sense, man.
I said, well, black people don't hang themselves. What I say that for? He done got pissed because I said that. And he talking about, I said, black people don't hang themselves. Black people will shoot themselves or take some pills. Now, we don't hang ourselves.
Exactly.
And Mario had no reason for to kill himself anyway. And then he said he didn't know where he lived at, but all of a sudden, he know where he lived at. He seen Mario leaving out his apartment at 10:30 at night, he said. His girlfriend was on the phone with him, and on the game system, she said she can check and tell when he clocked in and out of it, whatever. But yeah, she said that they was on the phone talking. So she ain't no way he could.
They was on the phone talking at 10:30?
No, they was on the phone at 11:30 talking, but they said he left the apartment at 10:30. So when he left the apartment, I asked the detective, did you see him with the table and the rope in his hand that you said he hung himself with?
And what'd he say?
They rushed me into getting him embalmed.
So they embalmed his body here?
They would not let me see him. Down there, yeah, in North Carolina, they would not let me see him.
See, that's a red flag right there. Why wouldn't you let the mother see him? And like this shit right here, I'm mad about this because her voice she need help. Like, where's the fuck is what the people call NAACP? I was finna say Black Lives Matter, but we all know that's a fucking joke. Like, definitely know that's a joke, but where's, like, somebody should need to be speaking out on this shit. Like, how y'all gonna rush her to embalm her son? Then y'all didn't even let her see her because it's a red flag. He probably was beaten or something. They didn't want her to see the body because she was gonna be able to notice, like, man, what the fuck? This ain't just like no regular hanging. He was, shit crazy.
I begged him. I said, please let me see him. I don't want y'all to embalm him. I want to see him. I got to look at his body and everything. But they said, no, man, we cannot do that. So, yes, his body is still down there because I was trying to wait on his dad. His dad's supposed to be getting out at least let him see him because he ain't seen him in years, you know, because I was going to just get him cremated.
So
it's costing so much.
So his body been down in North Carolina for about a month now.
Yeah, it's down there in the what they say in
the morgue.
The funeral home.
Okay.
Yeah, the morgue, yes.
And so
yeah.
how did the detective say he saw him?
The detective told me that a doctor came into the parking lot of the doctor business offices over in that area. When he was coming down, he claimed that the light shined on him and he seen a person hanging. So he goes up to him and there was no life or nothing, you know?
No.
Like, did he try to get him down or anything, you know?
So you said there was a doctor that shined the light into the woods?
That shined the light coming down into the park, and that's what he telling me, the detective said. The doctor came down into the parking lot as he was coming down. His light shined, and that's how he saw the body.
And so
I asked him who was the doctor. Of course, he ain't telling me nothing. You know, he don't want me to talk to nobody, ask questions or nothing.
So you remember when you told me that the detective said he saw him coming out of the apartment?
Yes. And I asked him, how did he see him?
Yeah, how did the detective say he saw him?
Yeah, I asked the detective, how did you see him coming out of the apartment? You told me you ain't know where he lived at. All of a sudden, you had his apartment and everything. And when we went to the apartment complex, the young girl was talking to us, you know, but another one was sitting behind her, ear hustling. I told my sister-in-law, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. When I came back, the girl must have went and called the detective or something. As soon as we was going out the door, he gonna say, didn't I tell you? Before I knew it, I'm telling him, who are you talking to? Because I'm not your kid. The heck you mean? Who are you? What you telling me? Didn't I tell you not to go back there? An officer will be out there and you guys will be arrested for trespass. I told him, well, we already gone.
And you said you said he went in his apartment and he said his 4 phones and his computers were wiped.
And then a detective is so adamant about her not speaking with people and telling them, didn't I tell you, and all this type of shit, is because they trying to cover something up. I'm sure that's probably like one of those little sundown towns or something and everything. Like, there's probably some racist shit going on with this and everything. Like, I know I heard all the stories. They're talking about the cartel and a whole bunch of other shit and everything. They probably just throwing them stories out there to throw it off or whatever. But this right here this screams bullshit, sundown town type shit for sure, because this don't sound right. And the way they was treating that mother, that definitely ain't right. Like, there should be more coverage about this right here. Like, more people should be speaking about this. This needs to be brought to everyone's attention, because this is crazy, man. I couldn't imagine my mom probably would have went crazy.
Computer, everything was wiped clean, and he didn't leave a note or nothing. I said, oh, hell no, this is not right.
And what gave them right to go into the apartment too?
That's what I asked him. Who did you go in the apartment with? He said he went into the apartment with another detective, Murphy. I said, well, where's the property manager at? Why is they not going in there? Y'all going in there, y'all could be taking anything out. I won't know what's missing unless the girlfriend goes in there with me, you know?
Did you get his property back?
They won't let me get the property. I got to talk to detective. Detective is in charge of everything.
And who's that detective? Moore?
No, Detective Moore. I'm going to get his full name because I got his badge number and everything. Oh, yeah, he's a mess.
Expose all that shit.
I'm telling you. He's sitting up there with a smirk look on his face, but he brought this other police officer. She got on a police uniform. He brought her in there. She got a notepad and everything. Boom. She set that notepad down, didn't take notes or nothing. She just sitting there staring. I had to tell her quit staring, because she just staring us down, you know?
And they don't even got this. They haven't had one news report on
the news or nothing. I'm telling you, the crime scene it wasn't taped off or nothing. This mug gonna tell us, oh, we watch too much TV. I said, oh no, this ain't no TV. This is real life stuff. Black people do not hang themselves. And you gonna, I told him, you ain't gonna sit up here and tell me that my son hung himself. No, somebody else did this.
And the mother's intuition ain't nothing like that. A mother know. The mothers be knowing. They got that intuition about them, that energy about them. They be knowing. And they definitely know they sons. Every mother know it. They sons to the T. Like she's saying, like, no, he wouldn't have hung himself. She know. For sure.
But yeah, the detective Moore, he is a mess.
So have they given you any of his property?
I ain't got none of his property. I ain't got the police report. Nothing.
Okay.
They ain't gave me nothing. The autopsy, nothing. You know, I'm like, I would like the police report, the autopsy, the pictures, all that, because I need to see this, you know, because you saying he hung himself, but when we went to the crime scene, why is the little bitty table on the other side of the tree, you know?
You
There's
gotta
a
send
lighter
me
there.
You gotta send me that picture so I can see. And
Yeah,
so the girlfriend,
I got the lighter though. I got the lighter.
was it his lighter?
I don't know. I just picked it up. I didn't touch it or nothing because it was at the crime scene.
And why is she collecting all the evidence? Why the police, like, and the police, they probably was trying to get rid of a lot of that evidence. I'm glad she picked up some of that stuff. She found a lighter at the crime scene. She said she didn't want to touch it. She got it and everything. Like she did more than what the motherfucking cops did, y'all. The detectives did. She definitely need a lawyer. And it's crazy because you would think, but you know, it's all politics. I often say you would think a lawyer would come and step up for her, but like, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna represent you and I'm gonna help you out with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gotta worry about no finances or nothing. But it's all collective. They all be working together and everything. The lawyer, it's probably lawyers down there that notice some bullshit, but they don't want to get involved to take the case because they know it's a bigger plot to this, and this shit run deep, y'all. This shit run deep. Shit like this be making me so mad.
So I went back to get the other stuff. The cigarette, the white cigarette was gone, and the chair, the table that they saying he stood on, it was gone. Yeah, but they left the lighter, but I did pick it up. I ain't touch it or nothing. I got it wrapped up in this bag. And so they gave me his clothes that he had on, so I got them. I ain't even opened that bag yet. It's just in there.
So what they said, he hung himself from a tree?
They said he hung himself from a tree. Yep, I took pictures and everything, you know?
Okay.
I'm like, they done left everything at the crime scene. They didn't tape it off or nothing. I asked the detective, so why y'all ain't got this on the news? Ain't nobody knowing nothing about it, you know?
And what
like
they
the
say?
other little boy. They ain't know nothing about him.
And so what time do you think did the girlfriend say what time she got off the phone with him?
I don't know. She didn't say what time because she said it was 11:30. She screenshotted me. I'm going to send you all that too.
Okay.
She screenshotted me the call and everything. That's why I said, oh, I'm not understanding this here.
I can't believe this been a month and nobody has heard nothing.
I ain't heard nothing. They ain't saying nothing. They won't answer the phone. I called his supervisor because I was telling him how he treated us when we got down there. Like, this is a joke. He don't care about nothing, you know? And we felt like we was being followed and stuff. You know, certain places we go, we felt like we was being followed. I said, oh, my God.
Who went down there with you?
Me, Mario's grandma, Mario's uncle, his cousin, and his auntie, and his other cousin. So they already told me don't go down there by myself.
Yeah, so y'all got down there the next day.
Yes, sir. As soon as we came there, he was like, oh, I didn't know y'all was coming this quick. I'm about to lose my mind. What is you saying that to me for? You know?
So how did he say he got in touch with y'all? How did he say he knew who y'all was?
He got in touch with, I guess they got in touch with the Alton Police Department because they called my cousin, Michael Woods, and he called me because I'm on his lease thing over at his apartment when I first moved in town. So that's how they got it. That's how they found out an address on me and went over there and was telling him that he needed to call me, and they telling me and stuff over the phone. And then I wouldn't believe in him. So when when he came over here and he said the detective gonna call you. I said, okay. So he comes over here, and all my family and everybody was over here. We was talking and stuff, and the detective called and told me that they found Mario in the woods hung. Just like that. I'm like, what? I said, you lying. He did not kill himself. That's what they trying to say. He killed himself.
Man, that's some bullshit. Like that shit, like that's the oldest bullshit in the world right there. Motherfucker found in the woods, huh? Come on now, man. This like, and this shit been happening for a long time, man. This happens often. We probably don't. There's probably a lot of more stories we ain't even heard about. You know what I'm saying? That happened. We barely heard about that with the last truck driver that happened to. Remember, they were trying to sweep that under the rug and shit. Like, man, I get pissed off with shit like this, y'all.
And so these woods was like right by his apartments.
Right by his apartment, like 50 feet. That's what they trying to say. He walked. But the detective said he didn't even see him. Now all of a sudden you just seen him on the camera and stuff. That's what I'm trying to figure out. When you seen him on that camera, what did he have in his hand? Detective Moore won't even tell me that, you know?
Oh, okay. So yeah, he said he seen him on the apartment camera.
Yeah, he seen him on the apartment camera. I guess it's like a key pod or something you got to use to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he seen him on that leaving at 10:30 at night. And the girlfriend said, how did he see him leaving at 10:30 at night? He in the house talking to me on the phone. You know, she screenshotted everything. I said, yeah, he's lying. That's why he know he didn't got caught up in the lie. That's why he went back and got that table from the crime scene, because it wasn't there.
Wow. First of all, they left all the shit there at the crime scene, all the evidence, everything. Once the family got there and seen everything there and everything, they're like, man, what's going on? Y'all ain't even got this roped off. Y'all ain't even investigating this. Y'all automatically just ruled this. Like, he just automatically hung himself. Y'all ain't investigating this. Then when they go back the next day, everything is gone. All the evidence and everything. Then they won't let her see the body. Then they made her embalm the body real fast and everything. Like, this shit, this don't have there's so many red flags in this, man. Like, I can't believe this. Like, this shit this is wrong, but it's how it be, man. A lot of these towns and these police departments and everything, they infiltrated. You know what I'm saying? It started from way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They got people that's running them, that's in there, that are on some bullshit. Some racist, some not, but a lot of these towns, they didn't set up their system and got it going, and they still going, and it's still happening to this day. You would think like all this shit would fade out and filter out by now and everything, but it's still going on, man. This just made me mad for the day. I gotta go turn my spirit back up on some happy shit, y'all. But condolences to that family, and my heart goes out to that mother. I know she feeling it, and she fighting for it. And then it's like, it seemed like, wow, there's no coverage on this, like no help, nothing. You feel me? That's crazy, y'all, man. But salute to everybody, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all later, man. It's your boy Thou, FamOverTV. Y'all take it day by day. Stay on wave. Keep vibrating those high frequencies. In the end, we go win, y'all. Salute to my content management moderators, everybody, man. It's good seeing y'all. I'm going to see y'all later. Got another stream later on. So y'all tap back in, man. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate the chat. Peace and love, health and wealth to everybody. See y'all. Peace.
Fam over.